Hey, what's up guys? It's Vatonage. Welcome back to another Minecraft video. Today I'm going to be showcasing the Advanced Machinery Expansion add-on. So basically this is an add-on created by Fluffy Alien, which adds more machines to Advanced Machinery. So let me first show you the recipes really quick. So for this add-on to work, you need both Advanced Machinery and the expansion add-on. So you can just download the expansion add-on and add it to any world with advanced machinery and it should work. But here is all of the new machines and stuff. They're going to be at the bottom. But it's all of these items are new. And it adds a bunch of cool stuff. One thing I wanted to go over really quick, this version has a block breaker. But if you craft it, it's the same block breaker from the new one, from the new update. So let me show you really quick. So this is the block breaker from the Advanced Machinery add-on, and this is the block breaker from the expansion. But they get defaulted into, like when you place them, they turn into the ones from mine, no matter which one you make. So that's not really that big of a deal. And yeah, so let me show you some things you can do with all these new machines. This is a matter randomizer. And it takes a ton of power, and basically whenever there's an item on top of it, it turns it into a random item. So this can be pretty useful. You can see it gave netherite, which is pretty overpowered. But it also gives a lot of random junk and stuff as well, so yeah, it's a pretty similar loot to like a fishing machine, except it has like diamonds and netherite and stuff, and it takes a lot more power. So honestly, I wouldn't really use this in like a normal world unless I had a bunch of power. But moving on, here is a bone mealer, and basically what the bone mealer does is it as you can see, it randomly increases the growth of nearby plants. And this system is basically just a really fast wheat farm. Let me check the power really quick. Yeah, so if I wanted, I could add a bunch more, make it really fast. But no, this doesn't work with the custom crops, like the mineral crops. So it only works on vanilla ones, but it increases the speed a lot. But the bone mealer, it takes 20 RF per second, so it'll add up really fast by adding all of these. But yeah, it's really useful for if you for some reason wanted a ton of wheat, you can do it now. And over here there's a new item called a sloped conveyor. So there's the normal one and the advanced one. You can just drop items on it and it makes them go up, which is pretty useful. And over here is an interesting one. It's a quarry. So basically you can place a quarry down, right click it or interact, and it turns on. You can place the speed upgrade and interact with it to make it go faster. And then I'm going to set up a little conveyor and a hopper down here. So it basically, what the quarry does is it will mine out this huge area, and you don't have to place any of the fences or anything. You just have to like place it down, and it's kind of finicky. Yeah, there it goes. It just mined it a little bit, and you don't have to place any of these fences. Like if you place it just anywhere and then right click it with power. I'll have to place it closer to the power core, but if you just right click the empty quarry, then it turns on and it does all this. But yeah, so it's mainly useful for like vanilla worlds. Like it won't really be very useful on Sky Factory unless you want to do it in the Nether or the End. But doing it in the End, Might actually be a good idea with Draconic Evolution, but I wouldn't really use it. I'd rather use the Void Miner. And then over here are, these are probably one of my favorite ones. Let me get some machines really quick. So these are basically, they're pumps, and they take a little bit of power. I don't think they take at 150 per like water or lava bucket. It takes a long time though. So you have to sit here for like 20 seconds to wait for one. But you can use this if you want to automate lava and water and lava and steam generators, like that. And you can also get free buckets, which is nice. And this quarry is starting to lag because of all these items. But yeah, so you can automate lava generators with this or steam generators, but it takes a lot of power to pump out each thing. So honestly, I wouldn't really use it. Like, you still earn more power than you use, especially with the lava one, but it still takes up a lot of power to pump it up. There's more efficient methods to generate lava, but for generating water, like automatically, I guess it's fine. And it also provides free buckets, so I guess that's a benefit. And so you might have wondered what this was. Basically, it's a battery, and it takes power out of the power core and stores it over here. You punch it, then you can make it send power to the power core. And if you punch it again, you can make it collect power. And there's an item called an energy ingot. And it's uncharged when you first craft it, but if you right click it, then you charge it if it's full. As you can see, it went down to 0. You have to wait a long time for it to fill up all the way, so these are really expensive. But they're pretty useful for some of the recipes. And yeah, there's also 2 generators, the nuclear generator and just the reactor. But honestly, I wouldn't use these because they require a lot of maintenance to like keep them from blowing up, I guess. And if you want to use them, you should check out the video by Fluffy Alien. But honestly, I wouldn't recommend them because they take a lot of maintenance and don't really generate that much power. I would much rather a solar generator, but I guess it's good if you need a ton of power. Alright, so this is a liquid tank, and you can store water in it if you want. And I think you can store lava as well. It's a decent block, I guess. It's pretty cool to look at, but it's just mainly decoration. I don't know. I wouldn't use it. If I wanted to be efficient, I'd just put it in a chest. And then, okay, so probably my favorite thing that this adds is a pylon. So basically this will teleport you. It's like a teleporter basically. So you can place them pretty far away and then interact with them. And as you can see, you use this pylon controller, which you can just craft, and it will basically connect them. And then you can just right click or interact, and it teleports you to the other one. So it's pretty useful, and you can just pick it up by sneak interacting with it. So yeah, and you'll have to reconnect it again if you break it. There. And I think if you right click it, it goes up in ID. And you can only teleport 2 once with the same ID, so that's how you can make 2 different teleporters. And you can have like up to 20 different types because there's 20 IDs. So yeah, that's pretty cool. And one thing that you should be aware of is if you say fly out way over here And let's set this to ID 5. And if you go back over here and set this to ID 5 as well, then, alright, it worked, but it wouldn't work if the chunk wasn't loaded. So let's fly pretty far away. I have pretty high render distance, so if I try to use it, you also need a power core. So let's get a power core and some solar generators. We still might be close enough for it to give power, but I don't know, it depends on your device, but you can use a chunk loader, and you can just place it down and enable it to make it work. So now, if we get power, these things take forever. Once we get power in here, we can teleport back to the other one, hopefully. Actually, we might need a chunk loader over there as well. Oh, no. Alright, yeah, I guess it was close enough, but you can just place another chunk loader down and it should work. And yeah, that's basically it. I'm gonna go over a couple of the recipes really quick though. Mainly for the stuff that is showcased. So for the pylon, it doesn't appear with the rest of the things. It appears right here. Same with the battery. This is pretty cheap. Once you get a void miner, and you need this for the energy ingot. And this is also really cheap for what it does. And down here, there's also a battery which stores even more RF, but I don't really. It's kind of overkill, and it takes a lot of netherite. So yeah, and you need energy ingots and stuff. So. And then there's these components which are used for crafting mainly. So they have some advanced crafting recipes. And this is pretty cheap for the pylons as well. This is for the nuclear reactor if you want to get into it. And so is this. The block breaker we already went over. The bone mealer, this is kind of expensive. So I don't know, and it takes a lot of power too. I wouldn't really use the bone mealer. But if it grew trees and stuff, then it'd probably be good. And these power cables can be used to link up power cores to have them share RF. I don't really know if there's much of a use for this unless you have like a friend who needs some extra power. You can just link up a cable. And it's pretty self-explanatory on how to use it, but I'll do a quick example later. And then this is for the reactor. To cool it, you need to put like water buckets in. But again, I wouldn't use the reactor. It doesn't really generate that much power, and it takes a lot of diamonds or iron or whatever you make it out of. So yeah. And that's basically all that I wanted to go over. I'll quickly show you how to use the cables, but they aren't really that good. So I think let's just put a power core over here, and then you use the transfer cable like that, and then you just place some power cables like this. And yeah, I think that's how it works. Might have done it wrong, but basically transfer power with the cable. And yeah, it's pretty decent, I guess, if you need to transfer power, but again, I wouldn't really use it. And I would only use one power core. I might add an upgrade to power cores in my next update for advanced machinery. But yeah, that's basically it for this video. It's a nice add-on for advanced machinery if you wanted more stuff to play around with. And look at all of these machines that are in just these two add-ons. If I added Draconic Evolution as well and the More Generators add-on, it'd probably be like another row. Like there's a crazy amount of machines for Bedrock Edition now, but yeah. I hope you guys enjoy this add-on. And I'll see you guys in the next add-on video. Bye guys.